All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol RKT, Rocket Companies Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. And to all my subscribers, welcome back. Let's jump into this chart. Now, Rocket Companies was in a bearish run, and we finally have seen some bullish recovery. But every time it breaks through a newer high, it kind of spikes up. It hits a sideways direction, and then it slightly falls. And then it spikes up again, which it did it 2 times, and then it does a sideways direction, and then it falls a little bit deeper to a newer low. So right now, currently in the recent days within the last week, 22.27 is one of the lowest points, and we haven't broken through that yet, and we're not that near it. We're not too far either, but we're not that close right now on the way this stock has been moving. And right now, one thing I can advise is to every investor, write that down. If it breaks through that, this could start to see newer lows and newer support levels. Now, on the other hand, we have the highest point of 24.09, and that hasn't been touched again since the date of October 9th. Now, the bulls want to break through that to hit newer highs. So it's very important to keep that in mind. But this has been in a sideways direction, and it's been a lot of ups and downs and a lot of volatility because we just saw Rocket Companies go up, go down, go up, go down. I mean, it drew a W for us, and then it drew an M for us, if you look at it. I mean, it's just up and down, and the volatility is strong. I mean, it breaks through resistance, breaks right back through it. Now it broke through the 50-day moving average. It broke through support, and now we're in bearish territory. So this has been very volatile, and the volatility is important to keep in mind on what risk we are taking here as investors when choosing this company and what there is to come, right? But there has been some good news on the company itself with partnerships and innovations. So we'll see what's going to happen for Rocket Companies. I hope that whatever they're doing and their earnings are truly those numbers that we saw previously. If you haven't seen them, look them up. They're surprisingly good. And if they continue to innovate and show these balance sheets and these earnings that they've shown before, and they continue to actually partner up with really well-known companies like realtor.com as they recently did, I think that Rocket Companies has the potential to head upwards in the direction that they plan on being. But I don't know what's holding this company back tremendously. I really don't. The one thing is I've seen a support, and we've seen that previously in the charts, and that's a really good sign that it didn't get anywhere near the lowest point here around 1830, and the support was formed here at around 1940. So that's almost $1.10 away. If it broke through 1830, this could be on its way down to newer lows, and if it breaks through 1940, it's in its direction downwards closer to 1840, 1830. But right now, what I've seen is it hasn't gone below that, and it's been holding itself up regardless of the bearish run. And the question to me is, what else is holding this back? Because now there's good news. The earnings are really good, and the company has potential. The only thing I can think of is too much debt. Like, what's going on with the company, and what are they truly? But I mean, their profit margin is strong. You could see it as last year. Their revenue is strong. Their net income is strong, and the profit margin is strong. I mean, it's in the billions. All these numbers are in the billions, and it's getting the writings of a buy. I guess not a lot of people know about it. There's not enough investors attracted to it. That's why it's not moving. But I believe that this company is going to make some moves if it starts continuing to innovate and progress and partner up with big well-known companies and continue to do what it's doing, continue to smash those earnings reports and in a good way. And I think Rocket Companies will grow, but it's been a little quiet. And if we look at the volume, it shows it. The volume shows it. 8 million, below 10 million in volume is pretty quiet. So I don't think it's the company itself or the stock. I think it's just the amount of investors, there's not enough attracted to it yet. And if there was to be some hype or some news that starts saying good things about this and puts this in headlines, I think rocket companies will get some attention. But right now, this is at a sideways movement. And let's look at what's important for tomorrow. So our resistance level here is above the 50-day moving average. Obviously, we're in bearish territory right now. Below it, and it's 2309. That's our 50-day moving average. The bulls need to break through that first before reaching resistance. But if they're able to break through resistance, which is the highest point before this crossing the 50-day moving average and leveling off down here, they break through 2346. The bulls have accomplished two things. They broke through the 50-day moving average, got back into bullish territory, and they've broken through the first resistance level in bullish territory, breaking it away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. So that'll be a good sign for the bulls. And if they're able to accomplish that, this could be on its way up to newer highs and newer resistance levels. But before getting there, obviously they need a breakthrough 2309 and get into bullish territory to break through this resistance of 2346. Now, on the other hand, we have what the bears want. The bears have been dominating this in the last 2 days by the way the charts are showing, and they've been bringing it down. Bulls are trying to hold it up, and then they bring it down, and the bulls are trying to hold it up. Our support level down here, which is the lowest point in the day, was 2265. That's a really important number to keep in mind. Why? Because if that gets crossed, this will start to test newer lows and newer support levels, and that's the one level of support that is already in bearish territory and is going to get it deeper into bearish territory, trying to bring it down all the way down to 2227 and lower numbers. By breaking through 2265, this will be pulled further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. So I emphasize to all investors, pay close attention to how this stock is reacting if it breaks through 2265, and how quickly is it moving to newer lows. Is it moving sideways? Are the bulls even trying to reappear to stop this from falling and bringing it back up? Again, if the bulls reappear, doesn't mean that they've gained control, but they can stop this from falling harder and lower to newer support levels and newer lows. So I want to emphasize to all investors, pay very close attention to how this stock is reacting if it breaks through 2265 fairly quickly, and watch how it behaves. Or are the bulls trying to reappear and this is just hanging out sideways so they can bring this one back up? As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. Don't forget to hit the like button and let me know you watched this video. And thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.